Please, can we have swimmers who are competing in the first couple of heats, in particular over to marshalling? We're missing a few swimmers from Dartford. Please make your way down to marshalling. If you are competing in the open male 50-metre breaststroke, please make your way to marshalling. And we're also missing swimmers from Dover. Please make your way to marshalling. This is a call out for all swimmers who are competing in the open male 50-metre breaststroke. Please make your way to marshalling immediately, please.
Last 2 minutes of the warm-up, guys. Last 2 minutes of the warm-up, guys.
Once again, please, can we ask for swimmers who are competing in the open male 50-metre breaststroke, please make your way to marshalling. If you are competing in the open male 50-metre breaststroke, please make your way to marshalling.
Right, swimmers, please, no more starts. Let's clear the pool so we can get started on time. Everybody loves when we get started on time, so let's please clear the pool. Thank you very much.
Okay, LAC, let's make some noise as we welcome our referees, starters, and team of technical officials. Okay, make some noise. Your referees, Matteo Hull and Jenny Lonsborough. And your starter, Mark Bond. Thank you very much, officials. Here we go. This is the open male 50-meter breaststroke, heat 1. Off we go then in the open male 50-meter breaststroke. We have 27 heats in this 50-meter racing. 3 swimmers in heat 1. 2 11-year-olds, 1 10-year-old. We have Brody Cole in lane 3 with Isaac Pereira, and then Harry Brown is in lane 5. All the swimmers, same entry time, 52.10. So these swimmers setting the pace for the 10 to 11 years age group. And looks like Brody Cole from Dover Life is roughly about half a body's length ahead of Pereira in lane number 4. This old 10-year-old amongst the 3 swimmers. And in they come, 48.43, 49.57 and 51.44. Heat 2. So heat number 2 again involves 10 and 11-year-olds. Fastest time from those 3 in the first heat, 48.43. So that's the time to try and beat for these swimmers involved in heat 2. Early days though, of course, in this event. Going well, looks like in lane number 4, Matthew Sun, 10-year-old from Bexley, 50.8 on paper. And going well in the pool. Matthew Sun, Madviva in second spot, looks like 48.31 for Matthew Sun. Heat 3. So just another call out for the raffle that is taking place, being hosted by Bromley today. 20 minutes to buy any raffle tickets. Lots of prizes up for grabs. Get involved, buy your raffle tickets. The raffle will close at 3 p.m. And focusing on the pool, looks like it is going to be in lane 4, Amin Ali, Bexley swimmer. 47.10, quickest time so far, Amin Ali in lane number 4 from Bexley. Heat 4. On to heat number 4. Still only 10 to 11-year-olds involved in this one. 47.10, the time to try and target. Shamel Licky-Roberts, 47.8 from Bromley. He has the quickest time on paper coming into heat number 4. And going well at the moment, looks like, although, just keeping tabs on Noah Redpath in lane number 6. Also Zacharias Sada in lane 2. In fact, Sada gets there, 45.79. Great swim on the outside lane, lane 2. Quickest time so far, 45.79. Heat 5. So into heat number 5 we go. So the quickest time so far, 45.79 for the event and for the 10 to 11 years age group. We have got 10 to 11 year olds in this one, but we've also got a couple of 12-year-olds in Ralph Lamin, Xavier Ball, Lyndon Smith and Eamon O'Neill. They'll be setting the time for that age group. For the rest of the swimmers, 45.79, a time to try and look out for. As we just tick towards 40 seconds. Looks like Aaron Doyle is going to get there first, one of the youngest in the pool, and comes in 45.47. Great work by Aaron Doyle. Heat 6. So we have 6 12-year-olds, 4 11-year-olds. The 4 11-year-olds, Sebastian Zalpa, Daniel Visicu, Aaron Davis and Samuel Dinev. So those guys will be looking at the 45.47 time that was set by Aaron Doyle in the previous heat. The rest of the swimmers, all 12 years of age, 45.94, the quickest time from that previous heat amongst the 12-year-olds, Xavier Bell. And as we progress to the final few metres, in lane number 6, Max Foster looking good. Also over in lane number 3, but it is Max Foster who gets there first, 44.88. Heat 7. So heat number 7, we have 11 and 12-year-olds in this one. The 12-year-olds looking for that time below 44.88. As for the 11-year-olds, 45.04 is the time to try and get under. Jack Screen, 44.3, quickest time on paper. Another close heat as we move into the final few metres. Plenty of swimmers in contention for this one to top the heat. Who's going to take it? It's going to be on the outside lane. Albert Thompson takes it. Time of 43.2. Heat number 8. And now we're introducing 13-year-olds into the event. Still have a few 12-year-olds and a couple of 11-year-olds as well. Alexander Johnson, Alec Vegorek, 2 younger swimmers, 11 years of age in lanes 4 and 5. So for the 2 11-year-olds, 45.04. Time to try and beat as we move into the final few metres. Lane 7, Jacob Coleman, 13 years of age, setting the pace for the 13 years. 41.13, Jacob Coleman, lane 7. Heat 9. So into heat number 9. Majority of the swimmers in this one, 13 years of age. We've got Ruben Charlesworth, who's 12, and then we've got Donny Alpiv and Tobias Lashik, who are both 11 on the outside lanes 0 and 1. So both of the 11-year-olds on the outside lanes looking to beat that time of 43.07. The 13-year-olds looking to get past 41.13. And they certainly do that. 40.79. Raif Verco in lane 4. Heat 10. Well into heat number 10, mixture of 13 and 12-year-olds. For the 13-year-olds, 40.79 is the time to try and bypass lane 3. Jack Millar going well, one of those 13-year-olds representing Bromley. And under 40 seconds, 39.55, Jack Millar in lane 3. Heat 11. So heat at number 11, and we really have a range of ages in this one, from 11, 12, 13 and 14-year-olds involved in this one. Our two 14-year-olds, Vayon Shetty and from Sava Malkov in lane 6. So they'll be setting the times for the 14-year-olds. For the 13-year-olds, 39.55 is the time to try and beat. Looking good in lanes 6 and 8, or north from the outside lane. It is going to be Sava Malkov who gets there first, just ahead of Nathan Hooker by a tenth of a second. Heat 12. Heat at 12, got 3 swimmers in that 39.2 time on paper as we progress into heat number 12. But motoring towards the finishing line in lane number 8, Leong-Shu Wong from Tonbridge, the 14-year-old. Rapid, 36.33. ahead of Artur Kaminski in lane 0. Heat 13. Into heat number 13. Damien Dadkov, 38.7, his fastest time on paper. He's moving well, is Damien Dadkov. We had a great swim in lane number 8, and it looks like we're going to get another really good swim in lane 7. Nicholas Henkom. Is he going to be the quickest here? He's on course. 15-year-old from Sevenoaks, 37.4. Nearly taking 2 seconds off for his time on paper. Great swim. Heat 14. Into heat 14 we go. We've seen some excellent swims in the last 2 heats in the outside lanes in lanes 7 and 8. And once again, lane 9, great start. Leo Peach, 14-year-old from Maidstone. One of 5 14-year-olds involved in this one, but now the rest of the pool just starting to level out as we move into the final few metres. And going well, lane 4, Luke Keeble. I think he's just going to edge ahead from the rest of the swimmers. He does, 37.26, ahead of Nicholson in lane 6. Heat 15. And on to heat 15 we go. 27 heats in total in the event. We're flying through. And these times are just getting quicker and quicker as we progress through. Heat at number 15. Logan Burke going well for Orpington OJs. I think he is just a fraction ahead, is he, of Charlie Wymark last few metres? He is only just over a 1/10 of a second ahead. Logan Burke ahead of Charlie Wymark, 36.10. Heat 16. Please can we have swimmers who are competing in the female 50-metre backstroke. Please head to marshalling, please. The female 50-metre backstroke. So heat number 16 into its final stages. Not long to go. Really hard to call this one. And it is Elliot Hogburn, 37.38, 400ths of a second ahead of Ben Matthews. Heat 17. So 37.38 time from that previous heat. 36.10 is some of our fastest times so far as we progress into heat number 17. 600ths of a second between George Beardsmore and Fotios Nikolopoulos in lane 5. As we progress into these last few strokes, it's going to be James Rankine, 35.17. Heat 18. And moving swiftly on to heat 18, 35.17, James Rankine in our previous heat. Quickest so far. He's 15 years of age, so those times for the 15-year-olds, 35.17. We've got a couple of 15-year-olds in heat number 18 as we are into the last couple of strokes, and there's 4 swimmers all in contention for this top spot. This is going to be a close one, and it is by 0.03 of a second. Hayden Worsley in lane 4 ahead of Taylor Russell. Heat 19. Just another call out for swimmers who are competing in the female 50-metre backstroke. Please start to make your way to marshalling, please. Female 50-metre backstroke. It is our next event. Please make your way to marshalling. We have 9 heats remaining of this event, including this one, heat 19. And it looks like a good swim in the outside lane, lane 2, Louis Harvey. A half a body's length ahead of the rest. Louis Harvey, 34.47, ahead of Benjamin Farthing. Heat 20. And on to heat 20 we go. Edward Shepherd, 13 years of age, youngest in this heat on lane number 7, but Stefan Krosek quickest on paper. So we are edging nearer and nearer towards the finish line. Looking good over in lane 1 for Charles Dunstan, swimmer from Tonbridge, 34.74 ahead of Jackson Waters in lane 3. Heat 21. On to heat 21. And into these last few metres, looking good over in lane 1. Riley Gillam, 33.76. Heat 22. And swiftly on to heat 22, 100th of a second between Alfie Barrett and Oliver Boyce in lanes 4 and 6. That's on paper. We've had back-to-back wins in lane 1 in heat 20 and heat 21 as we progress into the last few strokes. Looking good in lane number 6, William Holden from Bexley. 33.58 for Holden. Heat 23. Five more heats remaining. Heat 23 of this open male 50-metre breaststroke. 33.58. William Holden, our previous heat. That was quick, but these swimmers are giving it absolutely everything. Not long to go now in heat 23. Plenty of swimmers in contention for the top spot as we tick towards the 34-second mark. 34.15 for Ethan Newbury ahead of Owen Sutton. Heat 24. Well into heat 24. Couple of Dover Life swimmers in this one with Jack Manser, the quickest on paper at 34.12. Not long to go now in heat 24, pushing all the way, lots in contention. And it's going to be Sean Friend who gets there first. Heat 25. Under 30 seconds. In the entry times, Finley Gillam from Bromley, 19-year-old, 29.7. And he's absolutely flying, is Finley Gillam. And he goes 30.02, so close under that 30 seconds, but good swim nonetheless. Finley Gillam, quickest there. Heat 26. Penultimate heat. Another swimmer under 30 on paper, 29.67. Alexander Korver, lane number 4. And he has started well, but How Ming-do is trying to match him all the way. Hayden Sanders to his left of Korver, not too far behind as well. But Alexander Korver, the 20-year-old from White Oak, is just a smidge ahead. But I tell you what, How Ming-do is really pushing him all the way. 29.53, 200ths of a second ahead. Brilliant race right until the end. Heat 27. th and final heat of this 50-metre breaststroke. Having Mahendra Kumar 28.53 on paper, and he is ahead of the rest of the swimmers. He's pushing that Mahendra Kumar all the way. 29.23 for Pranav Mahendra Kumar. Under 30 seconds, Aubrey Bennett in second, Rescu in third. Next it is the female 50-metre backstroke, heat 1. So, finalists for the 10 to 11 years open male 50-metre breaststroke. 10 to 11 years, Dover Life, Jack Screen, Bromley, Aaron Davies, Greenwich Royal, Stanley Phipps, Saxon Crown, Alexander Johnson, Dover Life, Alexander Forbes, Bromley, Alec Vegorek, Bromley, Tobias Blaschik, Bromley, Donir Alpiv, Sevenoaks, Sebastian Zelpa, and Bromley, Aaron Doyle. Reserve finalists, Eden Bridge, Thomas Salter, and Bromley, Zachariah Sada. And in the female 50-metre backstroke, heat number 1, just 3 swimmers in this one. And it's going to be Oliver who gets there first, 41.69, setting the pace in the 10 to 11. Heat 2. Finalists for the 12 years open male 50 metre breaststroke. Black Lion, Albert Thompson. Sevenoaks, Aaron Lee. Beckenham, Ayamu Gazel. Planet Swim, Parker Pollard. Greenwich Royals, William Craggs. Bromley, Hayden Yip. Greenwich Royals, Alexander Elvov. Greenwich Royals, Albert Mack. Greenwich Royals, Harry Gould. Saxon Crown, Alexander Hoffman. Reserve finalists, White Oak, Yun Yang, and Sevenoaks, Edward Barden. Final throngs then of heat number 2 of this female 50 metre backstroke. 41.89 was the time. 6.9 was the time set in our previous heat. Emily Stickins, 45.3. Heat 3. Finalists for the 13 years open male 50 metre breaststroke. Tonbridge, Nathan Hooker. Saxon Crown, Frank Hughes. Sevenoaks, Adrian Yanguescu. Gravesend, George Gummer. Bromley, Edward Shepherd. Eden Bridge, Charles Barrow. Eden Bridge, Campbell Collis. Eden Bridge, Noah Jones. Greenwich Royals, Ethan Mendes Lewin. Bromley, Jack Millar. Reserve finalists, Orpington, James Cannell, and Tonbridge, Adrian Akhmedayev. Times up for that previous heat, 39.01. Heat 4. "14 years age group finalists, open male 50 metre breaststroke. Beckenham, Thomas de Cruz. Bromley, Stanley Driver. Tonbridge, Leong Hugh Wong. Maidstone, Corbin Mutakati. Maidstone, Romeo Ball. Gravesend, Harry Croucher. Black Lion, Ewan Delaney. Bromley, Jasper Pace. Greenwich Royals, Stefan Crusset. And Larkfield, George Nakauskas. Reserve finalist, Sittingbourne, Artur Kaminsky. And Black Lion, Christopher Thomas. Milet Cheeseman, 37.88, just ahead of Sophie Himsley there in Heat 4. Heat 5. Open male 50 metre breaststroke, 15 years. Finalists: Orpington OJs, Lucas Bond. Gravesend, Jackson Waters. RTW Monson, Petar Maximov. Bromley, Arthur Driver. Bromley, Hayden Sanders. Sevenoaks, Jake Mock. Beachfield, Jacob Clayton. Greenwich Royals, Aaron Chen. Bexley, James Rankine. And Orpington OJs, Benjamin Farthing. Reserve finalists: Sevenoaks, Mark Lokdinov, and Tonbridge Dominic Waterton. Fern Harrower 38.07, just over 0.2 of a second ahead of the nearest swimmer. Heat 6. Finalist for the 16 years Open Male 50-metre breaststroke. From Orpington OJs, Shekinya Olatunji, Bromley, Riley Gillam, Beckenham, Aitunde Dowda, Greenwich Royals, Samuel Johnson Buis, Bromley, Howming Du, RTW Monson, Lucas Sanders, Greenwich Royals, Ben Negus, Black Lion, Noah Dodd, Thanet Swim, Joe Davies, and Thanet Swim, William West. Reserve finalists, Everton District, Louis Harvey, and Thanet Swim's Narelle Ong. Martina Tita, 35.94, faster time in Heat 6. Heat 7. "17 years and over, Open Male 50-metre breaststroke finalists. Ashford Towns, Jeremias Kuzma. Bromley, Comberino Kashida. Maidstone, Dominic Didorescu. Bromley, Finley Gillam. Bromley, Pranav Mahendra Kumar. White Oak, Alexander Corver. RTW Monson, Aubrey Amanda Bennett. Bromley, Sebastian Williams. Beckenham, Cal L. Entomoa. And Bexley, Karem Akai. Reserve finalists, Black Lion, George Goodwin, and Thanet Swim, Oscar Farthing. 37.67, Maisie Donnelly, lane 6. Fastest in heat at number 7. So coaches, you have roughly 10 minutes or so to make any withdrawals for those finals for the Open Male 50-metre breaststroke. 10 minutes for any withdrawals. Heat 8. Heat number 8 into the closing stages. These times just progressively getting quicker. 37.67 was our previous heat. 36.52. Ellie Blois. Heat 9. Three swimmers, 37 seconds exactly as their time going into this one. As we move past the 25-metre mark, going well, lane number 7, Evie Van Beers from Sevenoaks. One of two 12-year-olds in the pool for this one. She just a tad ahead going into these last few metres. Evie Van Beers. She is 36.29 ahead of Annabelle Lott in lane 8. Heat 10. So on to heat number 10. Just a reminder, we've got 28 heats of this event. Good swimming on the outside lane by Julia Murdoch over in lane 1. Also right down below me in lane number 7, Barrett. About half a body's length ahead of the rest of the swimmers. And Barrett will get there, 35.87. Heat 11. Not long to go then in heat number 11. Lola Partridge looks like lane 6. Is she going to get there first? Yes, only just. Ahead of Luella Mohammed in lane 0. Lola Partridge quickest, 36.15. Heat 12. Surging towards the finishing line, lane 5, Lauren Yellow, 35.83. Quickest time there in heat 12. Heat 13. Up to the final few metres, and it looks like over in lane 1, Katie Millar's going to be the quickest there, 35.4, slowly, surely getting a bit quicker, 35.4, Katie Millar. Heat 14. Strong start in lane 2 by Erica Mann as we push towards the final few metres of heat number 14. Darcy Richards going well. Is Darcy Richards just going to be a smidge ahead? Yes, she is, 35.63. 900ths of a second ahead. Darcy Richards, 35.63. Heat 15. Heat 15, not long to go here. Good push towards the finishing line. Looks like in lane 3, Jules Bunclark, lane 3. Oh, it's going to be Layla Martin who's going to get there. Just over a tenth of a second ahead. Layla Martin, 35.25. Heat 16. Mila Poulton, she just a tad ahead, although also going well, looks like in lane 6, Phoebe Pullen. Let's go over to Mila Poulton. 35.8 ahead of Anaya Agro. Heat 17. Heat 17 for a couple of 13-year-olds in this one, and Stickings, Healy and Moncrief in lane number 9 as we approach the last couple of strokes. And it's Zara Stickings who gets there, one of our 13-year-olds. 34.85. Heat 18. Swimmers who are competing in the open male 200-metre individual medley, please make your way to marshalling. We are flying through these heats in the female 50-metre backstroke. We're on heat 18 of 28. So the open male 200-metre individual medley will be quickly upon us. So please make your way to marshalling if you are competing in that event. So heat 18. Lane number 6, Alice Jarvis, just about half a body's length ahead. Alice Jarvis, 34.75. Heat 19. So it looks close going into these last few strokes. Elliott and Waller, Imogen and Cook, and it is Imogen Waller, 34.5, just ahead of Lily Cook. Heat 20. Isabel and Serum in lane 2. Is she going to be the quickest here? Is it going to come from lane number 5? Sasha Smith is in second spot. And Serum 34.12. Heat 21. Great swim on the outside lane, lane 0, Abby Nelson, 33.06. ahead of Spalek Pudgy Shell on 33.48. And then Jessica Steed in the top 3 of that heat. Heat 22. Into heat 22 we go. Can't separate Alba Carter and Nancy Jeffries on paper. Can we separate them in the pool? Going well. It looks like Nancy Jeffries, the 14-year-old representing Bexley. Team out Alba Carter not too far behind. Different ages going for different times with the age difference. Nancy Jeffries 32.89 to Alba Carter 33.56. Heat 23. Into heat 23, Daisy Campbell of Beckenham, the 17-year-old, 33.6. Her time coming into this one, alongside Elsie Leach, 14 years of age. Also that same time on paper. Going well though, looks like in lane 2, Evie Lewis. Also Daisy Campbell in lane number 4. Is that Griffin? There's Daisy Campbell, 33.69 is the quickest there, ahead of Ellie Gibbs and Evie Lewis. Heat 24. Into heat number 24. Lots of swimmers in that 33.4 time frame. Moving into this heat, we've had times under 34 seconds in our previous heats. Going well, looks like Ava Harris, but also in lane 5, Reese Huckle. Going to get there, not much in it. 400ths of a second to be exact, Ava Harris, 32.96. Heat 25. So 4 heats remaining of this female 50-metre backstroke. Next event will be the open male 200-metre individual medley. Some good swims on the outside lane, but pushing through in the centre. Also in lane number 5, and Mia Hughes is going to get there, 32.98. Great swim, Mia Hughes in lane 2, good final 25 metres. Heat 26. Julia Elvidge coming into this one, 30.3 is her entry time, and she is half a body's length ahead of her nearest challengers to her left and right. Julia Elvidge, 31.11, great time. Heat 27. Into the penultimate heats, and not long to go. And a couple of swimmers in particular, lanes 4 and 5. Jessica Gable, Sofia Stoyanova, and toe for toe in these last few metres. Jessica Gable, 31.18. Ahead of Stoyanova, 31.73. Then Chloe Linder, 32.67. Heat 28. Heat 28, so not long to go. Final heat, heat 28, 28.5. Amelie Smith, she's produced some really fast swims this weekend, and this is going to be another one. 30.17 for Smith. Elise Butler, 31.52. And then Maisie Chambers, 32.33. Next up, it's the open male 200 metre individual medley, heat 1.
Take your marks.
So our last event before we move on to our finals to conclude the weekend here at the London Aquatic Centre, the Kent County Swimming Championships. This is the open male 200 metre individual medley. Heat 1, Theodore Carabas is in lane 2, followed by Sebastian Nelson, Isaac Pereira, Noah Goodship, and Amin Ali is in lane 6. Please can we have a team manager from Dover Life and Dartford to the announcer's desk immediately, please. That is a team manager from Dover Life and Dartford to the announcer's desk, which is in front of the timing suite. Thank you. So at the halfway point, Amin Ali from Bexley leading the way, 1:29.86, setting the times for the 10 to 11 years age bracket of these swimmers in heat number 1, 2 10-year-olds in Carabas and Pereira, and the rest are all 11 years of age. Amin Ali leading at halfway. So once again, we need a team manager from Dover Life and from Dartford to the announcer's desk, please, immediately. Final few metres then for the swimmers in heat number 1 of this 200 metre individual medley, of course, in the freestyle discipline. And Amin Ali, led at halfway, is going to finish in top spot in heat 1, 3:13.78, 3:15.34. Pereira, and then Carabas, 3:16.06 for Theodore Carabas. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
So, confirmation of finalists for the female 50-metre backstroke, 10 to 11 years age group. RTW Modson, Isla Cummings. Beckenham, Phoebe Spur. Greenwich Royals, Victoria Pasinci. White Oak, Amelia Young. Edenbridge, Heidi Taylor. Sevenoaks, Sophie Himsley. Erithon District, Maisie Wild. Sittingbourne, Maggie May Westwood. Sittingbourne, Emily Stickins. And Bexley's Sophie Saputangringi. The reserve finalists, Greenwich Royals, Zoe Mendes-Lerin. And Greenwich Royals, Rachel Chen. For the 12 years age group, female 50-metre backstroke, Maidstone, Olivia Javas-Higush, Maidstone, Edie Butler, Sevenoaks, Evie Van Beers, Bromley, Nicole Martina Tita, Bromley, Alice Jarvis, Bromley, Audrey Jenkins, Dartford, Georgia Collins, Bromley, Sarah Raska, Bromley, Maisie Donnelly, Saxon Crown, Annie Allen. Reserve finalists, Sevenoaks, Ferna Harrow, and Tonbridge, Emily Pampalone. For the 13 years age group, female 50-metre backstroke, 13 years. Dover Life, Autumn McCain, Sittingbourne, Ruby Glock, Bexley, Nahid Raj Karnika, Black Lion, Zara Stickins, Bexley, Alba Carter, Maidstone, Annie Mixie, Herne Bay, Paige Moncrief, Bromley, Abigail Pickup, Medway Maritime, Anaya Agrawal, and Dover Life, Lola Partridge. For the 14 years age group, finalists, female 50-metre backstroke, Medway Maritime, Tyler J. Thomas, Maidstone, Lucinda Sparik-Puchicheron, Bromley, Alice Brooks, RTW Modson, Elsie Saffer, Maidstone's Elise Butler, Bexley, Nancy Jeffries, Saxon Crown, Gabriella Ichuk, Greenwich Royals, Isabel Healy, Orpington OJ's Ellie Gibbs, in Erithon Districts, Evie Lewis. We'll just go back to the racing in the pool and into the last couple of strokes for the swimmers. It's going to be Hugo Machalek who gets there. 3:18.41 ahead of Polly Teakin. That is the top two in heat to number 2. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
The female 50-metre backstroke, 15 years finalists. Dartford, Paige Cutler. White Oak, Olivia Bradburn. RTW Monson, Jessica Evans. Thanet Swim, Sophia Kaludis. RTW Monson, Julie Elvidge. Thanet Swim, Ava Harris. Greenwich Royals, Sophie Dearsley. RTW Monson, Georgina Henson. Thanet Swim, Brooke McGregor. Herne Bay, Josephine Weed. Reserve finalists, Bromley, Jessica Long. And Bromley, Christiana Popova. For the 16 years, female 50-metre backstroke finalists, Edenbridge, Ruby Barker. Black Lion, Ellie Post. Sittingbourne, Heidi Cox. Bromley, Harmony Berry. RTW Monson, Olivia Cooley. RTW Monson, Bella Jones. Sevenoaks, Paris Fairhurst. Greenwich Royals, Violet Turner. Herne Bay, Imogen Waller. And Tonbridge, Lily Cook. Reserve finalists, RTW Monson, Amelia Ashton. And Greenwich Royals, Hannah Shelvut. And finally, 17 years and over female 50-metre backstroke, Maidstone, Carmen Jenkins. Sittingbourne, Chloe Linder. Dover Life, Elizabeth Wakefield. Bromley, Sophia Stoyanova. RTW Monson, Amelie Smith. RTW Monson, Jessica Gable. Larkfield, Cara Redford. Sevenoaks, Maisie Chambers. Thanet Swim, Alexa Miles. RTW Monson, Lily Della. Reserve finalists, Bromley, Mia Hughes. And RTW Monson, Reese Huckle. So you have roughly about 10 minutes or so to make any withdrawals for those finals. And back to the swimming, we're on the home straight. With just over 25 metres to go, Eamon O'Neill is going really well. Stanley Phipps in lane 6 in second spot as it currently stands. So into these last couple of strokes. Eamon O'Neill, 3:04.16, 3:06.77, and then Chateauverdi 43.93 to complete the top three, heat 3. Heat 4.
Take your marks.
So here we go. These are the winning raffle ticket numbers. So I'm just going to give you a couple of seconds to take your raffle tickets out of your pockets, out of your wallet. And you could be winning some prizes thanks to Bromley, who have hosted today. So here is the winning raffle ticket numbers. First up, blue 412, blue 445, blue 510, blue 520, blue 564, blue 699, blue 775, blue 811, blue 824, blue 840, blue 868, and blue 930. Winning raffle tickets in pink. Pink 21, pink 39, pink 68, pink 106, pink 161, pink 274, pink 308, pink 421, and pink 484. Well, congratulations to our raffle winners. You can go and collect your prize. And thank you very much to Bromley as well for hosting. And into the last few metres. And it's Sam Sloan at 2:57.14 with a 39.79 final 50 metres in the freestyle to claim top spot in heat number 4, Sam Sloan. Heat 5.
Take your marks.
Coaches and swimmers, you have 5 minutes remaining to withdraw from the girls' 50-metre backstroke finals. You have 5 minutes remaining to withdraw from the girls' 50-metre backstroke finals. Well, important turn coming up for the swimmers whilst they're in the breaststroke discipline of heat number 5. Looks like Joseph Pryor has just got an advantage going into the final 50. 2:13.83 ahead of Hayden Yip and Ayadeji Dowder as they now transition into the freestyle down the home straight. Finishing line beckons then for the swimmers in heat number 5. And Ayadeji Dowder has really closed that gap. In fact, has overtaken Joseph Pryor on the home straight, not long to go. For Ayadeji Dowder, the 11-year-old from Beckenham, great final 50 metres in the freestyle. Will be the quickest here in heat number 5, 2:53.68. Joseph Pryor, 2:54.77. Good final 50 for Thomas Salter, who takes third, 2:56.62. Heat 6.
Take your marks.
If anyone has misplaced their Kent County finalist medal, one has been handed in to the announcer's desk. If you have misplaced your Kent County finalist medal, you can come and claim it over at the announcer's desk. Now we have another birthday shout out to make. Swimmer from Maidstone, Oliver Martin. Happy birthday, Oliver. Celebrating 14th birthday today. Happy birthday, Oliver. Hope you've had a great day here at the Kent County Swimming Championships. Withdrawals have now closed. Withdrawals have now closed. Well, good swim on the outside lane by James Cassell, 2:46.4 ahead of Alexander Elvov, about 0.2 of a second quicker. Great swim, James Cassell, lane 0. Heat 7.
Take your marks.
Going well then in heat number 7. In fact, flying at the moment over in lane number 3. Fabio Mida-Bajards currently on the backstroke discipline of the individual medley and has built up a good lead at the halfway stage. 1:13.87, that's a few seconds ahead of him, of Ben Tingle. And Jack Miller, who's currently in third, but as we transition into the breaststroke, still plenty of swimming to go in this individual medley. It's a good 50 metres for Jack Miller, trying to close that gap on Fabio Mida-Bajar, going into the final 50 metres as they transition into the freestyle. But will it be enough to try and close down Fabio, the Bromley swim? In fact, they're two Bromley teammates, both of the same age. Fabio Mida-Bajar's ahead, though, of his teammate Jack Miller. Miller looks to be closing in on second. Third overall at the heats is just hotting up nicely. Well, let's go to Fabio Mida-Bajar's great swim, 2:39.91. In comes Jack Miller, 2:43.72. And then Lenny Lewis for 2:45.17 to wrap up the top three. Heat 8.
Take your marks.
Good, Stanley! Up, white cliffs! Good, Stanley! So we're into heat number 8. And it's a good start for the birthday boy, Oliver Martin, in lane 5 after the first 50. It's just ahead of Henry Webb in lane number 6. So we're at the halfway point of this event. We'll go straight into the finals once we've concluded this open male 200 metre individual medley. So at the halfway point, 1:14.13. Oliver Martin still going strong. Benjamin Curd, good 50 metres in the backstroke and that previous 50. As we start to make our way to the 150 mark, the swimmers, of course, in the breaststroke discipline of the individual medley. William Craggs with a solid 50 metres here as they approach the three-quarter stage. In fact, it's William Craggs who is ahead by in fact, closer than that, just under 0.2 of a second. William Craggs, then Benjamin Curd in second spot. Jasper Pace moving into third. Now we're into the freestyle. Benjamin Curd is about half a body's length ahead, it looks like, of William Craggs over in lane 2. Can anybody in those centre lanes of Jasper Pace, Oliver Martin, Henry Webb just force their way through? It's looking good in lane number 6 for Henry Webb. He's just starting to make a move. He might be just a tad ahead, although Benjamin Curd is following all the way, but it is Henry Webb who gets there ahead of Benjamin Curd. And then William Craggs into the top 3. Heat 9.
Take your marks.
Good start for Rohan Andrews over in lane number 1. Swimmer representing Maidstone. As they move into the backstroke discipline, second at the first 50 was Jacob Rust. As they are now into the backstroke discipline. So change of the leader, 1:13.53, Arnold Poynton. 0.4 of a second ahead of Rohan Andrews in lane number 1 after the backstroke, as they now move on to the breaststroke. So just under 0.4 of a second separating Arnold Poynton and Rohan Andrews. And second behind was Lawrence Scott in third as they move into the freestyle. Arnold Poynton, though, is just pushing ahead now with only meters to go in the pool. Second and third is going to be hotly contested, but 2:37.12 for Arnold Poynton, and then it is Rohan Andrews, 2:39.26. 0.9 of a second ahead of Jacob Rust in the top 3. Heat 10.
Take your marks.
So just to confirm, there will be a swim-off for the 13 years female 50-metre backstroke final. Please can Lola Partridge from Dover and Ifemima Serena Odaya from Dartford report to marshalling as soon as possible, please. The 13 years female 50-metre backstroke final will take place after the 17 years and over female 50-metre backstroke final. So just to confirm, there will be a swim-off for the 13 years female 50-metre backstroke final. Lola Partridge from Dover and Ivima Serena Odaya from Dartford. Please report to marshalling as soon as possible. One final dash to the finishing line for our swimmers in heat number 10. A couple of swimmers going under 2 minutes at the 150 mark. But now into the last 25 metres. And Jake Clark, is he going to claim this one in heat number 10? I think the rest of the swimmers are going to run out of pool to catch up with Jake Clark. 2:35.12 for Clark. 2:35.6 for Nowacki in lane 5. Heat 11.
Take your marks.
So 6 heats remaining of this open male 200-metre individual medley. As the swimmers are on course for the halfway point, Regan Rayner in lane number 2, just pulling ahead, giving himself a little bit of advantage. However, lane 7, Gabriel Marsh also right up there. I think he's going to be ahead by just under 0.4 of a second going into the second half of this heat. One final push then for the swimmers in heat number 11. Looking good for Gabriel Marsh, who's about half a body's length ahead of Jacob Mile in this freestyle final discipline of the IM. And it is Gabriel Marsh, 2:31.46, ahead of Jacob Mile in lane number 5. Heat 12.
Take your marks.
Please, can swimmers who are competing in the 50-metre backstroke please head to marshalling, please. That is the girls' 50-metre backstroke. Please head to marshalling, please, if you are competing in those finals. As the swimmers come in, it is Jackson Lima 2:29.77 ahead of George Beardsmore 2:31.2 in Heat 12. Heat 13.
Take your marks.
Into heat number 13. So 4 more heats to go of this open male 200 metre individual medley. Going under 2:30 in our previous heat, 2:29.77. Ages range from 14 to 17, and this 18 in fact with Xianming Li in lane 6, but Dane Rawkins, the 14-year-old, in lane number 9. After the first 50, Damien Dadkov under 30 seconds after that first 50, 29.13. Damien Dadkov retains that lead at halfway, 106.68, moving into the breaststroke with Ben Tewson, 107.04. And 108.51, Arlo Shaw just nudging into third place as we move into the second half of the heat. On the home straight now for the swimmers in heat number 13. Ben Tooson going well with in lane number 2. Nicholas Hankom, 15-year-old from Sevenoaks. Also keeping tabs on Arlo Shaw, who's just decided to put the afterburners on in this last 50 metres and is powering towards the finishing line. He's a full body's length ahead of the rest of the swimmers. Arlo Shaw, 2:25.85 for Arlo Shaw. Going underneath his time on paper. Arlo Shaw, lane number 7. Ahead of Damien Dadkoff and Ben Tooson. Heat 14.
Take your marks.
Blistering start from Oliver Ratchford in lane 4, 28.57 in that first 50 metres of the IM. The butterfly, of course, as Edward Williams is in second spot. Oliver Billier currently in third. Now moving into the backstroke. Oliver Ratchford, the 15-year-old from Sevenoaks, quickest on paper as we are in third to last heat of this open male 200-metre individual medley. Tunde Dowda, though, just starting to close that gap. They're almost in perfect symmetry, those two, as they head towards the halfway point. But from my eye, looks like Tunde Dowda, the Beckenham swimmer, is in pole position, moving into the second half of the race. 106.49 to 106.98. 108.06 for Thomas Love on the outside lane in third spot as they now move into the breaststroke. Tunde Dowda setting himself up nicely for the final sprint to home. 1:48.84. And now can he fend off the rest of the swimmers as the finishing line beckons by Tunde Dowda. Great swimming on the outside lane. Thomas Love in lane number 9. Looks like Tunde Dowda, though, is going to take this one with room to spare. And he's going to come in with a time of 2:23.97. And underneath his time on paper, ahead of Thomas Love. Good swim on the outside lane by Thomas Love, taking off just under a second of his time. William West in third spot. Good final 50 for West. Heat 15.
Take your marks.
So this is the penultimate heat of this open male 200-metre individual medley. 2:18, Lucas Sanders. That's quick time on paper. Will he be the quickest in the pool for our penultimate heat? Well, it is Charlie King who's got off to a good start. 27.74 as they now move into the backstroke. Albert Brooks currently in second spot, not too far behind Charlie King. Joshua Hill going well, lane 8. RTW Monson swimmer. But King and Brooks are our leading pair. It's Albert Brooks who leads. 1:03.59. So half a second between Brooks and King in lanes 2 and 5 as they move into the breaststroke. So it's Charlie King who leads. Romeo Ball moving into second spot after a good 50 in the breaststroke. Now into the freestyle. 25 metres to go for Charlie King, who's been in the mix from the very start, with Romeo Ball now just nudging himself into second spot. Albert Brooks is in a tussle for that third spot with Lucas Sanders. And it's going to be Charlie King, 2:17.87. Romeo Ball, 2:27.9. And it is Albert Brooks who gets there just over a tenth of a second ahead of Lucas Sanders. Albert Brooks, 2:22.52 in third spot overall in the heats. Heat 16.
Take your marks.
16th and final heat of this open male 200 metre individual medley. 2:07.10, the quickest entry time coming into the event. That was set by Henry Norman, the 19-year-old representing Bromley. Henry Shepherd with a solid start in the butterfly, 27.33, just over a tenth of a second ahead of Henry Norman. Two Bromley teammates, Shepherd and Norman. Almost swimming side by side are the two Henrys, Norman and Shepherd, in lanes 4 and 5. With what looks like Archie Hawkins in third spot. Henry Norman at halfway leads just over a minute. Just over 0.8 of a second behind Henry Shepherd. Then it's Archie Hawkins in third spot, now into the breaststroke. So home straight then for the swimmers. 0.04 of a second separated the Bromley teammates. Henry Shepherd in 5, Henry Norman in 4, and they're giving it absolutely everything with 25 metres to go. It was just 0.04 of a second at that final turn. Finishing line beckons for the two of them. It's Bromley versus Bromley. Which Henry will come out on top? Norman or Shepherd? It is Henry Norman. 2:09.72, Henry Shepherd 2:09.87, and Hayden Sanders wrapping up the top three. And that concludes the open male 200 metre individual medley. This is a message for Dominic Waterton. You have been called up to the final. The boys 50-metre breaststroke final. Dominic Waterton, you are now in the final. Next up, it is a female 50-metre backstroke swim-off. Oh, we do love a swim-off, and in particular if it's for a place in a final. This is for the 13 years female 50-metre backstroke final. Lola Partridge of Dover is in lane 4 with Ifeoma Serena Odaya from Dartford in lane 5. Well, nothing much to separate the two as we are into the closing stages, but it looks like that the Dartford swimmer is just starting to edge ahead in these last few strokes. Ifeoma Serena Odaya will take the space in the final, 34.92 for the Dartford swimmer. We're just going to have a short break before we get the paperwork organised for these finals. So take a moment and we'll be back with you in a few moments' time for these finals. And once again, let there be lights for these finals. Okay, results from the open male 200 metre individual medley, 10 to 11 years. In third was Thomas Salter, second Adeji Dowda, and first place was Aaron Davies. 12 years age group, third place Parker Pollard, second was Alexander Elvov, and in first was William Cracks. In the 13 years age group, 200 metre individual medley, in third was Fabio Mira Bajard, in second was Edward Shepherd, and in first was Jax Marshall. In the 14 years age group, third Ewan Delaney, second was Gabriel Marsh, and in first was Romeo Ball. In the 15 years age group, third place Arlo Shaw, second was Charlie Brad, and in first was Hayden Sanders. In the 16 years age group, third place Riley Gillam, second was Lucas Sanders, and in first place was Henry Shepherd. And in the 17 years and over, third place was Timothy LeBeurle, second place Archie Hawkins, and in first was Henry Norman. And in the multi-classification, S14, second was Billy Birchmore, Time of 3:12.95, 288 points. First was Ashton Platts, 2:41.86 at the time with 488 points. Next up, it is the 10 to 11 years female 50-meter backstroke final. In lane 0, Isla Cummings. In lane 1, Phoebe Spur. In lane number 3, Victoria Persinci. In lane 3, Amelia Young. In lane 4, Heidi Taylor. In lane 5, Sophie Himsley. In 6, Maisie Wild. In lane 7, Maggie May Eastwood. In lane 8, Emily Stickins. And in lane 9, Sophie Sapuntangari. This is the female 10 to 11 years 50-meter backstroke final.
Go.
So we're underway in our first final female 50-meter backstroke. Let's make some noise for these swimmers. I hear the bells going behind me as we move into the 2 meters. And it looks like in lane number 5, Sophie Himsley from Sevenoaks. 37.04 ahead of Heidi Taylor and then Maisie Wild. Next it is the female 12 years 50-meter backstroke final. In lane 0, Olivia Shavas-Igush. In lane 1, Edie Butler. In 2, Evie Van Beers. In lane 3, Nicole Martina Taita. In lane 4, Alice Jarvis. In lane 5, Audrey Jenkins. In 6, Georgia Collins. In lane 7, Zara Rasga. In lane 8, Maisie Donnelly. And in lane 9, Annie Allen. This is the female 12 years 50-meter backstroke final. (34.75) Alice Jarvis. Lots of swimmers from Bromley competing in this one, 5 in total. The quickest in the heats was Alice Jarvis, the only swimmer under 35 seconds in the 12 years age group. As we move into the final few meters, Audrey Jenkins, 34.25. And then Alice Jarvis taking second spot and Collins in third. Next event, it is the female 14 years 50-meter backstroke final. In lane 0, Tyler Jade Thomas. In lane 1, Lucinda Swalik Butcher Huron. In lane 2, Alice Brooks. In lane 3, Elsie Saffer. In lane 4, Elise Butler. In lane 5, Nancy Jeffries. In lane 6, Gabrielle Ituk. In lane 7, Isabel Healy. In lane 8, Ellie Gibbs. And in lane 9, Evie Lewis. This is the female 14 years 50-meter backstroke final. So the female 14 years 50 metre backstroke. We will go back to the 13 years final at the end of the evening. But all attention is now on this 14 years final, and Elise Butler has come flying out of the traps from Maidstone. 31.52, the quickest now to the 14-year-olds in the heats, is set to be the fastest in the final. Butler 36.3, taking about 9/10 of a second off her time in the heats, with Safa in second, Jeffries in third. Next is the female 15 years 50 metre backstroke final. In lane 0, Paige Cutler. In 1, Olivia Bradburn. In 2, Jessica Evans. In lane 3, Sophia Kaludis. In lane 4, Julia Elvidge. In lane 5, Ava Harris. In lane 6, Sophie Dearsley. In lane 7, Georgina Henson. In lane 8, Brooke McGregor. And in lane 9, Josephine Weed. This is the female 15 years 50 metre backstroke final. Off we go then, the 15 years 50 metre backstroke final is underway. 31.11, Julia Elvidge. It was a quick time in the heats this morning. Can anyone catch her? Well, she started strong as the RTW Monson swimmer. The battle for the second and third spots, the silver and bronze, is up for grabs, but Julia Elvidge is out in front, a full body's length ahead. Doing so well, Julia Elvidge, to claim this top spot, and it's exactly the same time that she got in the heats to claim the gold. 31.11, Sophia Kaludis, and then Ava Harris. Next up is the female 16 years 50 metre backstroke final. In lane 0, Ruby Barker. In lane 1, Ellie Post. In 2, Heidi Cox. In lane 3, Harmony Berry. In lane 4, Olivia Cooley. In lane 5, Bella Jones. In lane 6, Paris Fairhurst. In lane 7, Violet Turner. In lane 8, Imogen Waller. And in lane 9, Lily Cook. This is the female 16 years 50 metre backstroke final. Into the 16 years 50 metre backstroke final. So just under half a second separated the two RTW Monson swimmers, Olivia Cooley and Bella Jones, in lanes 4 and 5. As they pass the 25 metre mark, it is those two that look like they are locked horns at the moment into the final few metres. Nothing to separate them as they come into the final few stages. It looks like Bella Jones might be a smidge ahead, or is it going to be Cooley? And it is going to be Bella Jones by 1/10 of a second. Bella Jones ahead of Olivia Cooley, then Harmony Berry. Next up, it is the female 17 years and over 50 metre backstroke final. In lane 0, Carmen Jenkins. In lane 1, Chloe Linder. In lane 2, Elizabeth Wakefield. In lane 3, Sofia Stoyanova. In lane 4, Emily Smith. In lane 5, Jessica Gable. In lane 6, Cara Redford. In lane 7, Maisie Chambers. And in lane 8, Alexa Miles. And in lane 9, Lily Della. This is the female 17 years and over 50-meter backstroke final. So the female 17 years and over 50-meter backstroke final, 31.7. Emily Smith, she was rapid in the heats. And she is motoring at the moment. She is ahead of Jessica Gable. So 2 Monson swimmers leading the charge, although Sofia Stoyanova is not too far behind. But let's go back to Emily Smith, who's going to come in 31.2, 500ths of a second quicker than her time in the heats. Jessica Gable in second, Stoyanova in third. Next up, it is the female 13 years 50-meter backstroke final. In lane 0, Otto McCann. In lane 1, Ruby Glock. In lane 2, Nehir Rajkanika. In lane 3, Zara Stickins. In lane 4, Alba Carter. In lane 5, Anna Mixie. In lane 6, Paige Moncrief. In lane 7, Abigail Pickup. In lane 8, Anaya Agrawal. And in lane 9, Ivoima Serena Odaya. This is the female 13 years 50-meter backstroke final. So this is the last female race of the weekend. This is the 13 years final. 33.56, the quickest time coming into this one. Ifuima was just swam very recently in the swim off on the outside lane, but let's go back to the centre lane. And going well is Anna Mixie in lane 5, the Maidstone swimmer. And takes it 32.97 ahead of Albacata and Zara Stickins. Next up, it is the open male 10 to 11 years 50-meter backstroke final. In lane 0, Jake Screen. In lane 1, Aaron Davies. In lane 2, Stanley Phipps. In lane 3, Alexander Johnson. In lane 4, Alexander Forbes is. In lane 5, Alec Begorek. In lane 6, Tobias Blashuk. In lane 7, Donny Alpi. In lane 8, Sebastian Zalpa. And in lane 9, Aaron Doyle. This is the open male 50-meter breaststroke final. Can confirm this is the breaststroke finals, open male 10 to 11 years. So 25 metres to go. Alexander Forbes is moving well. The Dover Life swimmer, 42 seconds exactly was his heat time this afternoon in the heats. .40.43 for Forbes Hits, and then Alec Vegorek 42.59. Danny Alpi 43.12. Next up, it's the open male 12 years 50 metre breaststroke final. In lane 0, Albert Thompson. In lane 1, Haron Lee. In lane 2, Ian Mukazal. In lane 3, Parker Pollard. In lane 4, William Craggs. In lane 5, Hayden Yip. In lane 6, Alexander Elvov. In lane 7, Albert Mack. In lane 8, Harry Gult. And in lane 9, Alexander Hoffman. This is the open male 12 years 50 metre breaststroke final. So we have had a light blue inhaler that is being handed into the announcer's desk. If you've lost an inhaler, it is over at the announcer's desk. But back to the racing in this 12 years 50 metre breaststroke final. William Craggs, he was rapid in the heats, and he's gonna take victory in the final under 40 seconds, 39.65. William Craggs, excellent swim in lane number 4. Next, it's the open male 13 years 50 metre breaststroke final. In lane 0, Nathan Hooker. In lane 1, Frank Hughes. In lane 2, Adrian Iangulescu. In lane 3, George Gummer. In lane 4, Edward Shepherd. In lane 5, Charles Barrow. In lane 6, Campbell Collis. In lane 7, Noah Jones. In lane 8, Ethan Mendes-Lerin. And in lane 9, Jack Miller. This is the open male 13 years 50 metre breaststroke final. .13 years, 50 metre breaststroke final, 36.57, Edward Shepherd. It was a rapid time, but Noah Jones has come flying out of the blocks in lane number 7, the swimmer from Eden Bridge. Is he going to match Edward Shepherd all the way to the finish line? And the rest of the swimmers going to start to catch up, keeping tabs on Frank Hughes over in lane 1 and Iangulescu in lane 2, but let's go to Edward Shepherd, who's going to claim this one, 35.75. Then it's Noah Jones, and then Iangulescu in lane 2. Next up, the open male 14 years 50 metre breaststroke final. In lane 0, Thomas de Cruz. In lane 1, Stanley Driver. In lane 2, Leong Hu Wong. In lane 3, Corbin Mutakati. Lane 4, Romeo Ball. In lane 5, Harry Croucher. In lane 6, Ewan Delaney. Lane 7, Jasper Pace. In lane 8, Stefan Corset. And in lane 9, George Nakauskas. This is the open male 14 years 50 meter breaststroke final. Off we go then in the 14 years 50 meter breaststroke final. 34.67 for Romeo Ball coming into this final. Good starts in lane 8 for Stefan Crossit as well, as they just crossed the 25 metre mark, but Romeo Ball looks to just be an edge ahead. Harry Croucher not too far behind, looking over at Leong Chi Wong in lane number 2. But let's go back to Romeo Ball. I think he's just going to be ahead of the rest of the swimmers here. 34.04. Stefan Crossit, lane 8, does well. And then Harry Croucher, 0.02 of a second behind, is in 3rd. Next up, the open male 15 years 50 metre breaststroke final. In lane 0, Benjamin Farthing. In lane 1, James Rankine. In 2, Aaron Chen. In lane 3, Jacob Clayton. In lane 4, Hayden Sanders. In lane 5, Arthur Driver. In lane 6, Peter Maximov. In lane 7, Jackson Waters. In lane 8, Lucas Bond. And in lane 9, Dominic Waterton. This is the open male 15 years 50 metre breaststroke final. Now off we go then, the 15 years final underway. 38.6 for Hayden Sanders in the heats this afternoon. He was close with the other times behind it, but Hayden Sanders has got off to a flying start. 25 metres, well under 25 to go. But the 2nd and 3rd spots are holding up nicely going into these last few moments of the 15 years final. Hayden Sanders is going to claim gold. He's going to take it 38.8. Who's going to take 2nd? It's going to be Jacob Clayton, then Arthur Driver. 0.2 of a second between Clayton and Driver, but Hayden Sanders 38.8. Next up, it's the open male 16 years 50 metre breaststroke final. In lane 0, Shagina Olatunji. In lane 1, Riley Gillam. In lane 2, Aitunde Dauda. In lane 3, Samuel Johnson Buis. In lane 4, Harming Du. In lane 5, Lucas Sanders. In lane 6, Ben Negus. In lane 7, Noah Dodd. In lane 8, Joe Davies. And in lane 9, William West. This is the open male 16 years 50 metre breaststroke final. Penultimate final of the weekend. 29.55, Harming Du in the heats. Only one of 3 times that was under 30 seconds in the heats this afternoon, and he is going well. The Bromley swimmer right in the centre of the pool. So a familiar pattern. The 2nd and 3rd place is up for grabs, but let's go back to Harming Du, 29.82. And then it is Lucas Sanders and then Noah Dodd taking the 3rd place. Great swim on the outside lane. And finally, this is the open male, 17 years and over, 50-metre breaststroke final. In lane 0, Jeremias Kuzma. In lane 1, Comorero Kishida. In lane 2, Dominic Dirorescu. In lane 3, Finley Gillam. In lane 4, Pravi Mahendra Kumar. In lane 5, Alexander Korver. In lane 6, Ori Arlanda Bennett. In lane 7, Sebastian Williams. In lane 8, Carl El Intamoa. And in lane 9, Karem Akai. This is the open male, 17 years and over, 50-metre breaststroke final. Here we go then, last race, the last final of the weekend. Let's see these swimmers home. 29.23, 3/10 of a second behind was Alexander Korver in the heats. They're bursting forward, lane number 4, Pravin Mahendra Kumar going well. It's close for the second and third spots, so let's go to lane 4, 29.06, 0.04 of a second between Korver and Finley Gillam for the top 3. But it is Pravin Mahendra Kumar who has taken top spot with a time of 29.06. Well, thank you very much, everyone. That concludes the swimming for this weekend. A huge thank you to all our amazing officials. Let's make some noise for our brilliant officials. And also, let's make some noise for our excellent volunteers who have done a sterling job throughout the weekend. Thank you very much for all the spectators, family and friends who have been excellent. They've brought the noise to the London Aquatic Centre. A huge thank you to our coaches and also to you, the swimmers. Thank you so much. It's been an excellent weekend. Just a reminder for all clubs, please can you clean up any rubbish into the bins on the railings and to pack away any flags and banners that you've brought with you into the London Aquatic Centre. But a huge thank you to everyone. It's been another excellent weekend here at the London Aquatic Centre.